it is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and I have a design team project for the Scrap Room. I'm using the October 2025 Flavors of the Month kit, as well as the embellishment kit and the pattern paper kit. And so I am starting with the Paige Evans Lovely Lane collection. And I'm using the white cardstock that came in the kit. And I took this kind of plaid paper and I put it in my Cricut and just cut a circle. Mainly I did it that way because I wanted to cut it out of the middle so that I can use the rest of the paper to be a mat for an upcoming layout. And because this has a white undertone to the pattern paper, I felt like putting it on white cardstock, it was gonna kind of blend in a little bit. So I went ahead and took some distress ink from my stash. This is in Kit Flamingo, I think. And I'm going to go ahead and put that around that area so that it looks like a kind of like a shadow, like a pink shadow. And then I'm going to take this photo. This is a selfie from the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Day Parade. In New York. And it was raining last year. So we had umbrellas and hats. And I went ahead and did a little selfie. So I do have a photo of the whole family, but I did take this little selfie. So I matted it in some white cardstock, and you can see that that's the paper that I cut out this month's cut file with. So I'm continuing to use that. And then after I matted it, I roughed up the edges, and I took that same pink ink and placed it around, so again it wouldn't get lost in the white background. And then I'm digging into the embellishment pieces that I got as my portion of the Flavors of the Month kit, and I'm going to make a couple of clusters. I decided to go with some hearts and some florals. And then from the embellishment kit, I have these stickers, and I'm not sure I want to commit to them yet. So I'm going to add them to some wax paper and put them where I think they're going to go. And so I start with the 2 tags. I just want the tag portion. I do not need to have what's on the bottom, so I may actually cut some of that off, and then I can use it later. This little piece that is like a postage stamp, I'm actually going to cut that in half so that I've created this cluster at the top of my photo, and I'm going to bring the rest of that down to the bottom. This piece right here, I don't remember what it says, but it doesn't have anything to do with it, but I do like the green scallops on the bottom, so I'm going to add those. And then I currently have those 2 hearts up there, and I'm going to swap them out because I want to add this sticker, and it's kind of the same green color that's on the other heart, so that's why I wanted to add it in purple, so then it stands out a little bit and give that area a little bit more with some florals. And then I went in my stash and I grabbed a title that says "Enjoy Today." Here I am seeing if I want to back it with some white cardstock or what I want to do with it. I do go off screen and glue everything down. And then I went into my stash and grabbed some sequins. And I'm actually going to fill this word today with some wet glue as well as the sequins. So I just kind of pour them in, and then I will kind of dump it out and then make sure that there is a little bit in every spot. So I might make you watch that. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, so that is how I am going to do the title. And of course, now that that title has the sequins in it, it does stand out a little bit better. It doesn't blend into the background as much. And so the pieces that don't stick, they will just go on my glass mat here. And then, of course, I will add a little bit of finishing touches around to all of my clusters. So 2 of those tags need something to go through their tag holes. Instead, I am just going to add a couple of sequins to cover those up. They don't always have to have something, but I do like my tag holes covered for the most part. So I just take some Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. I'm going to dollop some, I guess just dollops, little spots here where I am going to put my sequins. And I just, right now I'm just picking up the extra that are on the layout. So I put those in the 3 embellishment cluster areas, and then I will tip this, and everything that doesn't stay is good, and I will put it back in so I can use it later. I was thinking about matting this entire layout with the green, which is the other side of this plaid paper that I pulled the circle out of. But instead, I have decided that I'm just going to take that same ink and I am going to ink the edges of the white cardstock. So it does give it a little bit of kind of an edge, but I really do feel like I have embraced some white space and maybe even a minimalistic layout. So let me know in the comments what you think, considering there is only one piece of pattern paper so I can hoard this beautiful collection. Don't worry, my plans are to kill this collection by the end of the month. So I actually think I have another layout on my personal channel with this collection today as well. So remember to wear your crown, and we'll see you next time. Bye.